This question feels to me like a real-life question. I feel like I probably had to do something like that at work at some point in my career. So let's make sure that we know how to do this. We have two numbers that we need to compare in the world of ratios. And I say the world of ratios because we're talking about a percent change. So starting with the first one, we're comparing 110 to 117, and we want to think about the difference between them, which is 7, in the context of 110. And the reason I say the context of 110 is because at the end of the question, they specifically say, of the amount budgeted. So we want to ask ourselves, what's 7 over 110 compared to 6 over 100? Because the question wants to know, is it more than 6%? 6%, that's 6 over 100 or 3 over 50, if that's easier for us. And we want to compare 7 over 110 to 6 over 100. Now there are a lot of good ways to do this comparison, but I think the easiest one, at least for me, is to look at how the denominator 110 is exactly 1/10 more than the denominator of 100. And so if the numerator is also 1/10 more, then they would match. But our numerator over the 100 is 6, and if I increase that by 1/10 of itself, that would be 6.6. So now I can compare two fractions that have the same denominator. What's bigger, 7 over 110 or 6.6 over 110? Of course, 7 over 110 is the bigger fraction, and therefore, yes, for that first one, the change is more than 6%. Looking at the second one, we have a difference of 2 in the context of 40, right? Because the difference between 40,000 and 42,000 is 2,000, and 2,000 over 40,000, that's like 2 over 40 or 1 over 20, and we're supposed to compare this to 3 over 50. So I'm going to do a similar trick here. I have a numerator of 3 with the 3 over 50. So for the first fraction, the 1 over 20, I'm just going to expand that by a factor of 3. So instead of 1 over 20, it's 3 over 60. So now I'm comparing 3 over 60 to 3 over 50. Can we tell which is bigger? Yes, the one with the smaller denominator is the bigger one. So 3 over 50 is greater than 3 over 60, and that means that this change is less than 6%. Let's pause here and eliminate the answer choices that we can, because we know that the first one is more than 6% and the second one is not more than 6%. What can we eliminate? Well, it looks like we can eliminate B, C, and E because none of them include payroll. But in order to choose between A and D, we are going to need to look at the third one. So with insurance, once I reduce the numbers appropriately, it looks like we're looking at a difference of 16 in the context of 250, and I want to compare that fraction, 16 over 250, to 3 over 50. Why don't we expand the fraction 3 over 50 by a factor of 5 so that the denominators will match, and then we're comparing 16 over 250 to 15 over 250. Of course, 16 over 250 is the bigger fraction, and so it turns out that for insurance we did go over a 6% difference, and therefore the correct answer is D. If you found this video useful, go to quantreasoning.com for a lot more where that came from. You should also click that like button and let me know in the comments below what you'd like me to make future videos about. And of course, if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and do that and click that bell below so you get notified about future videos. See you next time.